students. We are a project-based school. Students see the relevance of what they're learning in the class to life beyond the classroom. And I think for some students, this is an amazing experience for them because there is a lot of student agency within our program and a lot of release of responsibility from faculty to students as they're pursuing not only their academics, but also really delving more deeply into their athletic pursuits.
I'm Glenn Herbert, and I'm an editor with Our Kids. We're speaking with insiders from Canada's leading private schools to gain insights into their programs, culture, traditions, and leadership. This includes insights from parents, alumni, and administrators. This is the Our Kids Insider Perspective.
Three things that I love about my job is the ability to start a program from the ground up and afford an opportunity for us to create an academic experience that allows our student athletes to not only thrive on the athletic field, but also in the classroom. I also really enjoy working with the cohort of faculty that we have here, as they are all very inspirational and really looking towards helping all of our students get to the what's next. And finally, what I enjoy working about SPIRE Institute and Academy is the fact that we really focus on whole student development and collaboration across all areas and divisions. This is something I haven't seen at all of the institutions I've been at before, and I thoroughly enjoy the work that we do together in order to create a program that benefits all of our students. When I first joined SPIRE Institute and Academy, I knew that this was going to be an interesting and intriguing project. We have this opportunity here because we are in our second year of existence in order to create a program that really looks at what it means for student athletes to not only thrive on the fields, but also within the classroom. This completely excited me because I have worked at institutions in the past that have been well over 100 years old, and there's something very exciting about a brand new school and opportunity to really develop something from the ground up. I also really appreciated the fact that the staff that were already here are incredibly knowledgeable and really inspirational and excited about what they're doing and passionate about developing students and helping them see their passions come to life. And again, this is something that really sold me on the school and the program here. And finally, I would say that what really excited me about coming to SPIRE Institute and Academy was this is an opportunity for me to put all of the research and observations and conversations I've had with professionals across the globe around what are best practices in teaching and learning into life here. This is not something that you have the ability to do at many schools because oftentimes they're entrenched in their culture and traditions. And this was this opportunity to create the culture from the ground up and start the traditions and involve the students in really cultivating and developing an outstanding program. And not only the students, but the faculty and the parents and all of the support staff that we have on campus, including coaches and directors and our kitchen staff. And I think there's something really awesome and exciting about that. And with that, that's what really drove me to take on this challenge. A typical day would probably begin quite early in the morning. I usually like to arrive a couple of hours before the academic day begins for students so I can review the notes from the previous night in the residential life area and have any appropriate meetings that I may need to have with people based upon what happened last night. And I also like to prepare myself for what the day may look like ahead. And the faculty start arriving around 8 o'clock in the morning, and then I'm frequently collaborating with them and talking with them. And at 9:30, the school day begins. And that's, to me, some of the most exciting parts of the day is when the students arrive, and they have their academic time from 9:30 until 2:30. And my office is right within the academic area of the school. And so I have the opportunity to really see every one of our students each day. And frequently during the day, I'm having short meetings with students, or I'm sitting in classes, or observing what is happening within the academic division. And then at 2:30, when the students head off to their sports and their other majors that they may be pursuing here on campus, I will go and spend time with the faculty to wrap up what the day looked like for them. And then I will frequently go and observe practices and observe what the students are doing in their other areas of interest. And so I do try to not only spend my time in the academic area, but I also really enjoy spending time with observing students in the other areas of where they interact on campus. And then I head home usually later in the afternoon, early evening, and at that point I'm frequently talking to sports directors on the phone and problem solving and analyzing situations and issues that we may be looking to iterate and for whether it be this year or for future years. And then I wrap up the day by reading books and preparing for the next day. I would say every day is a unique day here. No day is the same. And that's something that brings lots of joy and happiness to my life. From my perspective, the journey a student goes through at SPIRE Institute and Academy truly starts with the first interview that they have, typically with a sports director or with a coach, as they're looking to ascertain if this is the right fit for them from an athletic or passion pursuit perspective. And I think that that journey is a very important part of the journey, because the focal point of our school beyond our school day, which is about 5 hours, is 4 to 5 hours of training in their passion area. And I think that is a really important part of the journey for students to reflect and understand, and families to think about whether this is the best fit for their child. And many of our students are international students, and so there's a further conversation and reflection that needs to happen because of the distance that many of them travel to be here. From the second that they show up until the second they leave, they are challenged in many ways. They are challenged not only from an academic perspective, but they have an opportunity to really delve deeply into career explorations. We are a 9th through 12th grade school, and with that, we really believe that it's important for students to really start thinking about what they may want to do once they graduate from high school. And so they're challenged in many ways to think and do activities around what careers they're interested in. They're challenged to understand and navigate what it means to be a boarding student, and how to have that independence and gain skills around being an independent and autonomous person, and navigating roommates and friendships away from home. And so they are learning how to navigate a new learning style and a new teaching style, along with having to manage their time by themselves. And I think that there's joy in that challenge, because through their opportunities here, I believe that they really are preparing themselves for college and for life. I'm not one to think that a journey is limited to the time that a student is here with us on campus, but the journey really is from the moment that we meet them, and the journey continues as long as we are all still connected together. Staff turnover at SPIRE Institute and Academy is actually a very difficult question to answer, because we are only in our second year of existence. So I don't have longevity to be able to give you a sense of what our staff turnover may look like. What I can tell you is that philosophically, as we're working to develop this academy, we are looking to not only help our students get to their what's next, but also our staff get to their what's next. So I would say that my hope is that our staff turnover will remain low. And I think it will hopefully remain low if we work to inspire our faculty and provide them opportunities within our campus for them to grow and develop. And if appropriate, if the faculty member feels that they need to challenge themselves and move on to a different opportunity, we want to ensure that we're providing them that support and the tools that they may need to help them get to their what's next. I do believe that this is very important for our students to see as well, because as we're working to really challenge our students to delve deeply and think about what they would like to do after they've graduated from high school, I believe it's also important for the students to realize that we're also doing that within ourselves as adults, and that there is an iteration and an iterative process that we all go through as we look to find our passion and maintain our passion in our careers. The example that keeps popping back into my mind is a young woman who really has spent time reflecting on her strengths and challenges over the period of time that she's attended our school. And she really embodies what it means to experience everything that Spire Institute and Academy has to offer. That means that she is the first person to show up to morning practice that in their case usually is about 7:30 in the morning. She is attends every meal that she can on campus. She is engaged in student activities. She challenges herself, and this year in particular, she said that she wanted to sing the national anthem at a Big Ten competition that was being held on campus, and she worked with our music teacher to practice and then executed it quite well. And so she not only was challenging herself in the classroom, but she was also challenging herself in her passion pursuits. She was very upfront and honest about where her strengths lie in her athleticism, as well as where her strengths lie within the classroom. And I think that she completely embodies what it means to be a student here. And I would say, for the most part, she has a positive attitude every day, and she has a beginner's mindset each day. She's willing to learn and grow in every experience she has here, and she continues to provide positive and cool feedback and how we can really help develop our program, whether it be in the residential life end, in the athletic end, or in the academic end. And I believe that that is the kind of student that we're hoping to develop here on this campus. I would say the interactions between alumni and current students is quite limited at this moment, and that is only because we really don't have a large alumni base. And I believe that this year, as we start graduating larger classes, that then we will start building that alumni base. And absolutely, we are hoping that our alumni will help support our students from a career perspective. We'll be able to provide opportunities to have conversations with students about what it's like in college and what it's like in various areas that they continue to pursue after they graduate from here. The type of student who is drawn to Spire Institute and Academy is clearly a student who is passionate about their major pursuit area. Right now, we have mainly athletic majors on campus, and therefore our students are really drawn because they're passionate about whatever their athletic major is. Many of our students are drawn to our school because of a particular coach or a particular director. And then beyond that, I would say that our students and our parents more to begin with, and then our students secondarily are really interested in our school because of the unique curriculum that we are affording our students. We are a project-based school. Our faculty are challenged with incorporating their students' passion areas within the classroom so that students see the relevance of what they're learning in the class to life beyond the classroom. And I think for some students, this is an amazing experience for them because there is a lot of student agency within our program and a lot of release of responsibility from faculty to students as they're pursuing not only their academics, but also really delving more deeply into their athletic pursuits. So the type of student who is drawn here is somebody who is clearly passionate about athletics, but also is willing and interested to pursue a unique learning environment. A student who would have a difficult time at Spire Institute and Academy is a student who struggles with independence and autonomy. We require a level of student agency within our academic program as well as our athletic and extracurricular program. And therefore, a student who has not learned some independent skills would have a difficult time here. Additionally, a student who really isn't driven and engaged in their major area of passion would be a student who would have a difficult time here, as their area of passion they spend 4 to 5 hours a day doing. And then finally, a student who is not academically driven may have a difficult time here because our school day is shortened due to their passion areas. However, the students are still required to fulfill the curricular requirements for the given classes that we offer. I would say that the culture is very dynamic and ever changing. The reason I say this is on the weekends and throughout the year, we host major sporting events that bring in thousands of people from around the country, if not around the world, to participate in these athletic pursuits. And therefore, the culture at our school is one that embodies not only the students who are attending our school, but also those who come onto campus for short periods of time for competition, and as well as for longer periods of time for continued training. Therefore, I believe that we have a very dynamic and evolving culture within our school. Within our staff, I would say our culture is very healthy and solid. We work collaboratively and work to support each of our divisions on campus to really help our students get to their what's next when it comes to not only their academics, but their athletic pursuits. And then when I think of the culture of the students, I would say that we are definitely a global and international culture that really embodies the ever-changing world around us. Right now, we have over 50% of our students are international students coming from around the world, and I believe that that definitely allows us to have a very well-rounded culture and affords opportunities for insights and observations that are well beyond the walls of our school, our local community, our national community, and really embodies the international and global community. I believe that the relationship between the parents, the teachers, and the school administration is very healthy and active. Our teachers are required to have communications with families every 2 weeks, whether it be through the Google Classroom platform or by way of email or phone call. Additionally, many of our parents have weekly communications with the administration on campus, whether it be through the athletic program or through the academic program. I believe that our parents feel that there is an open line of communication to the support staff on campus as well as faculty and coaches in order to ensure that their child is getting the best opportunities possible within the environment. I believe firmly that having solid lines of communications helps to ensure the experience for the students is a positive one. And then if parents need to provide cool feedback or feedback that we need to work and improve in areas, I believe that the parents feel confident sharing this information. This has been feedback that parents have given to us this year, and I hope that we will continue to cultivate solid relationships between our parents, our faculty, support staff on campus, as well as the administration. When students have conflicts on campus, we tend to first interview each of the students separately to understand from each of their perspectives what is the conflict that is going on to help us understand how we might approach addressing the conflict. And then from there, we tend to bring the students together to have a conflict resolution session where we really help the students learn to listen to each other and learn to respect the other person's opinion. And then we frequently will help support the students in working to repair the relationship with the other student and also working to repair relationships if the conflict has gone beyond just two students. I feel that teaching students the skills that of how to resolve conflicts will help them have greater success in doing that without the use of administrative interventions. However, we do know that at times students are not comfortable resolving their conflicts within each other, and therefore we work to support them through these external interventions. The ultimate goal, though, is for students to gain the skills so that they can be independent and autonomous, because in life we know that there will be conflicts, whether it be within the family, within friends, or with other people at work. And learning these skills is vital to one's future success. If our school were a person, what would the personality traits be? I would say that our school is quite dynamic and energetic and evolving and iterating and ever changing. I believe that it has solid foundations. So, as a personality, it would be a rock, but at the same time, agile and flexible and able to adjust and adapt to the ever changing needs of the institution and within the institution, the other people who are involved within it. The relationship of our school to the surrounding area is quite unique in that we are in a rural community, but we're about 45 minutes away from downtown Cleveland. So, therefore, students have access to Lake Erie 5 miles away, absolutely lots of trails. There are many covered bridges that students can go to, and we actually have gone to the covered bridges in our geometry classes in order to study geometry through our local area. We also have built numerous partnerships with local businesses, whether they be businesses that the students would go to shop at, or businesses that students might want to have internships or independent study opportunities there. And we are working to continue to cultivate relationships with various businesses within the community, as well as local colleges that are places where students may want to attend after they have been here, or opportunities for students to utilize those spaces while they're here. I would say that we are working to continue to tap into the local resources that are available, especially because we are a boarding school and we're always looking for opportunities for students to be involved and engaged within the local community, whether it be as a community service opportunity, whether it be as just a fun activity on the nights or weekends, and then also to financially support our local businesses through shopping. I would say it would be important for the parent to really delve into all aspects of life within the school, to explore whether it's a boarding school, a day school, to explore if it is a boarding school, how many of those students go home on the weekend or stay there on the weekend, and what are the activities that the school offers for students who are boarding there. I would encourage parents to talk to teachers and look at the curriculum that the school has to offer and how often they are really looking to change the curriculum. Is it project based? Is it a traditional curriculum? How does the school look at assessment? How does the school look at grading? I would also encourage families, if possible, to go and explore the school firsthand. And I know sometimes that's not easy to do, and therefore I would encourage the family to look at a virtual tour of the campus. And finally, I would suggest that a student who is looking at pursuing an independent school that's not in their local area or even in their local area, to spend some time talking to current students who are attending that school.
For more information about this school, you can visit their profile at ourkids.net.